Welcome to the Passive Crypto Show. I'm your host, Income Pal, just an average person sharing my experiences on how to earn multiple streams of passive crypto income online. So feel free to watch for educational purposes and learn from my mistakes, as well as benefit from my experiences, and only follow along at your own risk if you decide to do so. Also, feel free to read the full disclaimer in the description below, and if you're new to this show, most definitely subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to stay up to date with the latest ways to earn passive crypto income online. As always, all relevant links to whatever I share in my videos can be found in the video description below, as well as in the pinned comment. Without further ado, let's get started. The moment that you all have been waiting for, the Hex.business light paper. So this is the light paper at first glance. Okay, now what exactly is a light paper? If you haven't heard of the term before, it is basically a light version of the white paper. And as you can see, the team has, tried to fit in as much information as possible within this one page PDF. So I really, commend them for trying to do that for the benefit of the community. And as you can see, everything is very nicely laid out, and you can see it's got many moving pieces to the puzzle, you could say, and it all fits together very nicely. Okay, and it's all connected with dotted arrows, so you can read it and follow along basically, and you will see how it all fits together and is all part of the Hex.business ecosystem. All right, so for the purpose of this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start at the top, right, and I will read from left to right whilst scrolling down at the same time, instead of just following all the arrows and I keep scrolling down and then scrolling back up. Instead of doing that, for the purpose of this video, I'm going to start at the top and try to basically read from left to right whilst going down in order of that. Okay, now this will be made available on the website itself. Obviously, the website is linked below. When you go to the website, you will be able to find this and access this and read this at your own leisure and pleasure. So please feel free to do that as well. And once you've read it, you will see how it all connects and works. Right now, even though I'm going to be reading in the order as I've explained, you will see it all fits together anyway, because everything in this whole ecosystem is interconnected. All right, so it's starting right from the top. Hex.business is an ecosystem built entirely around Hex, an ERC20 token based on the Ethereum blockchain. Hex is similar to a certificate of deposit that traditional banks have issued for many years. Hex.business has built an entire ecosystem around Hex with the sole intention of increasing our users' position size in Hex. When depositing Hex into any of the dApps in the Hex.business ecosystem, our loyal user base will earn another ERC20 token called Hex Money, also known as Hexy. So as you can see, the three main points about Hex.business, I call it the three pillars of Hex.business, is education and adoption, loyalty and rewards, DeFi, and entertainment. All right. So moving along. Participants authorize and send Ethereum held in a wallet to a smart contract by means of a QR code on the HEXMobile app or by using the Hex.business dApp. Existing holders of Hex have the ability to atomic swap to Hexy from within the dApp. Freezing one's Hexy tokens is just one of the ways of utilizing the loyalty token with dividends paid daily. Dividends are just according to amount transformed and frozen. The Hex code allows up to 30% extra Hex to be minted in the onboarding process in comparison to anyone who uses no referral links at all. Investing through any of the Hex.business dApps with the appropriate gas fees paid for transactions across all three of the following platforms. So Hex token, proof of stake, Ethereum, proof of work, Hex Money, ED rewards, and DeFi. Deposits completed through Hex.business dApp or HEXMobile app are deliberately routed through the Hex Adoption Amplifier in order to best support the project. Hex.business users automatically set in play the minting of their own Hexi coin, regardless of whether they intend to use this reward in the future. The Hexi token is automatically produced at a pegged rate in relation to the underlying Hex token. See the white paper for the hard-coded increases and additional detail. Hexi loyalty rewards are similar to airline miles in that 1. In the first instance, they are earned in recognition of the support of the business. 2. Top-ups of the loyalty currency can be purchased to be realized in parallel offerings. 3. Some may earn the reward and blissfully do nothing with it for some time before realizing the value of it. Entering the adoption amplifier does not return the same rate for all participants. Up to 30% additional Hex is available in the code and can be minted if claimed maximally. Hex.business ensures the maximum amount possible is claimed and returns a mintable rate 30% above someone who went in direct. 10% is paid as a referral bonus, while the balance is used to support and develop the Hex.business ecosystem. So you can see the image that basically breaks that down here: self-referrer, statistics site referrers, YouTube and other referrers, and non-referred rate. So that's basically in the form of a droplet. All right, and it's basically broken down and illustrated there. So 35% transforms, 30% interest, 25% minting, and 10% referrals. So community voting has played a big part in the allocation of the early DeFi deposits. This will cease when the final decentralized contract is locked, scheduled to occur at the end of phase 1, or the 1 million Hexi transform flag. Tokenomics. Total supply 60 million. Initial Hex to Hexi peg 1000 to 1. Freeze interest rate per annum 36.5%. Initial supply 6 million. 10% of Hex Money transforms are distributed to those who freeze Hexi. Hexi will be distributed over 10 rounds. Each round, consisting of 4.8 million, retains a Hex stable peg but goes up by 1000 Hex per round. 90% of transformed Hex available for dividends. Release 600k twice yearly, 10% of locked. Okay. The tokenomics have been designed to support all three of our priorities: encourage adoption, reward participants, increase stickiness. Version 2 of the Hexi contract will remove the need for the final few Hex.business transactions still completed by running a script. The two-stage approach allowed earlier participants to put their own mark on the design before the code was locked for time infinitum. Some of the existing or inbuilt smart contracts below that either utilize the Hexi token or return loyalty rewards as a result of utilizing the smart contract, all designed to create an ongoing and consistent rotation between Hex and Hexi. Hex Card. Hex.credit is a DeFi lending platform for Hex where participants get to provide either Hex or ETH as collateral for withdrawals and payments in fiat. Hex Rewards. Hex rewards are produced on the basis of the triggering of any Hex.business smart contract. Hexi is produced and sent to the ETH address on the basis of freezing, transforming, or minting. Hex Factories. A series of Hex smart contracts that provide the ability to gain extra margin and rewards without jeopardizing the initial investment. Rocket Lotto, Hex Bet. Hex Pools. Bigger pays better in the Hex contract, so the use of the Hex.business pools smart contract to combine with others safely in a decentralized manner and earn high returns for doing so. Hex Credit. Hex.credit is a DeFi lending platform for Hex where participants can get 1 to 6 month Hex loans. Interest is paid in Hex for ETH providers. Zero fees for ETH providers. With all but a few lines left to code and lock away in the final iteration of the contract, the Hex business leadership focus shifts to legals, final audits, education. So you can see in development, they have all these things: Tangent Card, TTO Stake, Hex Table, Hex Credit, APK Live, iOS and Google Play, HEXMobile website, Hex Rocket, Hex version 2 immutable. Now obviously some of these things are already launched and live, and some of these things are already basically ready to launch and basically just in the final stages. So as you can see from this light paper, okay, is a whole ecosystem at our disposal, and it just shows how everything is designed to work together and basically create an ongoing ecosystem designed to reward us, the participants. So for those of you who had any doubts about this or any questions about this, hopefully this light paper should clear up some of that. Now obviously when the white paper is launched, it will further clarify and basically break down each of these things which I just read to you guys in more detail and more explanation and in-depth clarification. Okay, this was just to give you all a brief overview of the Hex.business ecosystem and how everything is basically interconnected and interlinked and designed to work together, how all the pieces of this puzzle fit together and basically make this unique and amazing and awesome, mind-blowing ecosystem. I mean, really, there are no words for it. And the best thing about them is they already launched a live working product. Although it might be in beta phase or beta phase, it's already live and working before they even released this light paper, let alone the white paper. Okay, whereas a lot of times we see hype being built up over many things, and there's usually roadmaps already shared, and countdown timers, and white paper already released and everything like that. And then what you see is months down the line, over promised but under delivered. Whereas in this case with Hex.business, they have already over delivered without even promising anything up front. Okay, so this is what I love about them, and it just goes to show that the team behind this, the way they're running things, and taking on board community feedback and gearing towards the launch of version 2. Okay, I mean, if they wanted, they could have already launched everything without the community input, but the fact that we have this version 1 and beta phase running basically allows us, the community, to have an input. And as I've shared with you in previous videos, a lot of decisions that have been taken so far have been based on community polls. Okay, so all in all, I have nothing but praise for this project thus far. Okay, obviously we all know in crypto or with any venture in life, there are zero guarantees and zero expectations, but so far from my observations, Hex.business, they have far more than over delivered the zero expectations that we had. Okay, so I hope you all found this video enjoyable, beneficial, informative. Okay, so make sure to like the video to show your support. If you have any questions, any feedback whatsoever, make sure to leave it in the comment section below. And if you haven't had a second to do so yet, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to stay up to date with the latest ways to earn passive crypto income online.